Chief Okon was not just rich. He was the richest man in Gwarinpa. He owned estates, petrol stations, hotels, everything. People called him the king without a crown. Even the real chiefs respected him. He dressed well, smelled expensive, and moved with soldiers and sirens. If he walked into a room, even pastors paused their prayers. I started working for him in 2017. At first, I was driving one of his business partners, but when I helped stop a robbery at the gate one night, Chief took notice of me. Gave me a promotion and said, "From now on, you're my personal driver." I was proud. My people in the village celebrated. My life changed. But working for Chief was not easy. He was tough, secretive, and very controlling. You must not ask questions, must not look too long at anything, and you must never bring gossip into his house. I followed all his rules. That's why I lasted so long. Now, Chief had only one son, Obina. He was born late in life, after Chief's third wife. Chief loved that boy like gold. Paid for him to study in London. Always sent him dollars. Told everyone, "My son will take over one day." Obina came back from London in 2021. A calm young man. Not loud. Not proud. Even though he grew up rich, he was humble. Greeted the gate man with respect. Ate with the staff sometimes. I liked him. About 2 months after his return, Obina came home one evening smiling. He told his father, "Dad, I've found the one." Chief raised his eyebrows. "Who is she?" "Her name is Amarachi. I met her at a friend's wedding. She's not from money, but she has sense." Chief nodded. He didn't look too excited. He just said, "Bring her home." 2 weeks later, I drove Amarachi into the compound. I can't lie. When I first saw her, I felt something shift inside me. She was not just beautiful. She was striking. The type of woman you see in adverts or magazines. Slim, tall, smooth skin, but humble. She greeted everyone with, "Good evening, sir," and "Thank you, ma." But when she saw Chief for the first time, something strange happened. She smiled at first. Then, for a split second, her face dropped. Like she was shocked. Like something in her brain was trying to catch up with what her eyes were seeing. Then the smile came back. Chief stared at her a bit too long. Later that day, he told me, "She will stay in the guest house for a few days. I want to observe her." That was odd. But again, not my business. That night, I stayed longer than usual because the generator had issues. Around 11:45 p.m., I was walking past the guest house to check the gen when I heard noises. Not talking. Moaning. At first I thought maybe the TV was on. But it wasn't that. It was real. Human. And close. I paused. The sounds were coming from inside the guest house. I could swear I heard Amarachi's voice. And someone else. A man. But it wasn't Obina. He hadn't arrived from his trip yet. I froze. My ears were hot. My chest was beating. Something was wrong. I tiptoed away. The next day, Amarachi came out early. She avoided eye contact. Chief didn't come out till late morning. He looked like a man who had just tasted heaven. He even whistled while walking to his Range Rover. I had never seen Chief whistle before. That's when I knew something had happened. But how could it be? His son's fiancée. I told myself maybe I was thinking too much. Obina returned the next day. I picked him from the airport. He was happy. Talking about plans for marriage. "We're doing introduction soon," he said. "She's the one, Sunday." My throat dried. I dropped him home. That evening, everything exploded. I was eating in the boys' quarters when I heard glass breaking. Then loud shouting. Then the scream. It didn't sound like a normal scream. It was from the belly of a man whose heart had been torn in half. Chief Okon ran out of the main house. Naked. Crying. Screaming, "My son! My son! No! What have I done?" I ran out. Gardeners ran. Security ran. Even passers-by stopped at the gate. Obina was behind him, shirt torn, face swollen with tears. He shouted, "You slept with my fiancée, Papa. How? You took everything from me." People froze. Time stopped. Then Amarachi came out. She didn't cry. Her lips trembled. Her voice was low but clear. "I didn't know he was your father. I swear on my life. I didn't know." We were all confused. But the truth came out the next day. Chief's younger brother explained it. 3 years before, Amarachi had come to Abuja from Enugu, looking for work. She struggled. Slept in a friend's parlor. One day, she went to a lounge in Maitama to relax and met a rich man, dark glasses, agbada, heavy perfume. He paid for her drink. Told her to follow him to his hotel for one night of comfort. She agreed. She never knew his full name. He never removed his glasses. He was drunk. She left the next morning. She never saw him again until she walked into Chief's mansion. Neither of them recognized each other at first. But that night, when Chief saw a scar on her back, the same one he saw in that hotel room years ago, his memory clicked. But by then, he had already touched her again. Again. When Obina brought out her old pictures and showed Chief, he broke. Everything matched. It was true. He had slept with her twice. Once by mistake. Once by evil. Obina left the next day. No one knows where he went. Amarachi was never seen again. They say she moved to Ghana. Chief. He changed. He stopped going to church. Stopped dressing well. He aged 10 years in 2 months. Every time I drove him past a school or wedding, he would look away. One night, I heard him crying in his sleep, calling Obina's name. I resigned 2 months later. I couldn't take it anymore. That house was cursed. Till today, the mansion stands, but it feels cold. Empty. Like a shrine with no god. They say Chief sees shadows now. Hears footsteps in his hallway. Talks to a ghost that no one else sees. And sometimes, when I drive past Gwarinpa in the night, I see him on his balcony. Standing alone. Looking up at the sky. Like he's waiting for punishment to fall. Or maybe it already has.